What is up, you guys? This is Kobe here, and today I'm going to be covering how much range you'll need to efficiently fight in Road of Vanishing. Now, I'm only going to be covering two different ranges, 250k and 500k, both clean with 0% final damage. What is final damage, you ask? Final damage is this stat right here that pretty much just boosts your range. After the V update, some of you guys might have noticed a slight increase in your range, and it is because of final damage, but your damage did not increase at all. So I'm going to be going off by 0% final damage, as in before the V update even happened. So here I am at roughly 325k. I try to make it as close as 325 as possible, just to make it look like I have 250k clean with 0% final damage. So, as well as having 30 Arcane Force, because this is how much you guys are going to start with. So before I get into the maps and whatnot, how you get your very first 30 Arcane Force is through a very simple quest. After job advancing, you have to kill 10 mobs of the I think the Joyful Elders right here. It's the very first monsters that you'll encounter in this entire place, Arcane River. Just kill 10 of them without an arcane symbol, and then you will be rewarded an arcane symbol. So basically, I'm making this video to show people that who fail to reach the 500k clean that I told you guys that you should be reaching in the prep video that I made a while back. So 250k range, we're about to go ahead and get started. As you can tell, I have no core upgrades whatsoever. I'm not even using Dark Spear because that's not even level 1, it's level 18. Most of you guys are not going to even have level 18 fit job skill by the time you advance, but I do have my grapple skill just for the sake of mobility. So we're about to go ahead and get started. First area, we have the Lake of Oblivion, where requirement is 30 Arcane Force, and we're about to test how much damage we do with 250k clean range. As you could tell, the full damage here will probably be 3 to 4 mil with my Dark Impale. Other classes should be hitting around the same with the same exact range, 250k clean, 0% final damage. Just tell me how much final damage you have in the comments if you are wondering, and I will tell you how much clean range you need. Not final damage buffed, but final damage clean. Keep that in mind. But yeah, we are roughly 2 to 3 shotting these guys. So 250k range, in my opinion, it's passable. It's passable for this area. But the reason why I said 500k range was because there's areas that can be even more deadlier than this. So we're about to get right into that. We are at the Blazing Earnest 50 Arcane Force. That is the requirement for this place over here. And we are about to go ahead and start fighting with our 250k clean range. And as you can tell, it looks pretty atrocious. It's basically, if you have only 250k clean range with no core upgrades, you really shouldn't even bother coming here, because you're definitely going to need some upgrades. But like I said, the 30 Arcane Force region is indeed passable. If you guys watched my missile making video, if you want more tips to increase range, you can farm there, sell cores that drop. I'm hearing rumors about cores being account tradable for when they come to GMS, but the cores that you craft in the V Matrix system are not account tradable. So what you can do is you can get those cores to drop from the monsters. You can open the cores or disassemble the cores that you get, or at least the cores that you don't want. And then you can go to crafting mode, craft a core for 35 core pieces, and then sell that. Should be a decent way of making income. It will make cores more expensive than I originally thought it would be, and overall it will just be a really nice gain to get yourself to 500k clean. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and test out Cave of Peace. We are about to test out Cave of Peace with our 250k clean range, and as you can see, we are missing a whole bunch of Arcane Force, 30 out of 80. That is insanely low. So we're about to go ahead and test out our damage. Of course, it will be higher once you do daily quests, but you can't do daily quests until you finish the storyline. So you have to go ahead and do the storyline dealing damage like this, which is 2 mils. 2 mils on monsters with roughly 100 million health. That is not good. This is definitely going to be hell for those of you guys coming in even with 250k clean range. That's why, you know, I really recommended 500k and whatnot. But yeah, so with our 250k clean range, or with our test, our result for that would be passable for the lake, which is the 30 Arcane Force area. But as far as the mountain and the cave go, hell no, you will not be able to train there. But the lake areas are still good for training. Almost all the areas are good except for, you know, the starting area. I don't really like those mobs. So, you know, progress a little bit towards the end of the lake area, which has the level 202 and 203 monsters, and it will be really, oh, these two maps as well work out pretty well. This one does too, but they, you know, really good place for, you know, people with like 250k to 300k range, clean, no final damage, and you can make your money just by doing the core farming that I just mentioned here earlier. So now we are about to go ahead and do 500k clean, double the range. So now, as you can see, I've doubled my range just about. I am roughly 650k clean, but that is because I have 30% final damage, so that's basically 500k clean range. So we're about to go ahead and test out how much damage we will be doing with roughly 500k clean range, with of course 30 Arcane Force as well, to keep that in mind. And as you can see, we are cleaning these guys up a whole lot faster now, a whole lot faster. And now that we have the Beholder buff, this is our final output. We are doing roughly two-shotting. We're two-shotting the monsters. That is way more than just passable. That is actually fairly decent as a 500k clean range. You know, if you already have more than 500k clean, you don't have to worry about it. It's already good enough for the area as well. But this is basically how this works over here. So two-shotting for the most part. Sometimes we three-shot, but that's kind of rare, and it is not too bad at all. So we will be moving on to the mountain. Now we are here at the mountain. As you can see, we are doing roughly 5 million damage now, and we are probably three-shotting, four-shotting. Let me go ahead and count. 1, 2, 3. Three-shotting makes it like really close to being dead. Sometimes it probably will kill it. So four-shotting seems to be our main priority here. 3 if you're lucky. That, I believe, just like having 250k range back at the lake, was passable. So this is also just passable as well. 500k clean range with 30 Arcane Force. It will become obviously more than passable. Once you get 50, your damage will increase by a bit, you know, doing the quest, daily quest and all that. So yeah, it's not too bad at all. So now we are going to be moving on to the cave area. Now we are at the cave with 500k clean range, 30 out of 80 Arcane Force. We are going to go ahead and test our damage. So as you can see, once again, roughly 4 mils on average, to be honest. Not too bad at all. We are like 10-shotting like we are with 250k. So this is also passable as well, to be honest with you, especially once you get those dailies done, get the amount of clean range that you need, and it is good. Like, I mean, 500k clean range is definitely passable for all 3 areas, no matter how much Arcane Force you have. But with 250k, you're still gonna need a lot of work. The story will take a really long time for you, and it is going to be quite difficult. But yeah, that is it. So basically, this is going to be a 3-part series. This is going to be over Road of Vanishing, Choo Choo Island, and Lachlan. I will be having these videos of each region uploaded the same week prior to their release, so roughly a few days before. But for Lachlan, I'm probably going to need to get some more external buffs and stuff like that, because we are actually going to be having quite some trouble there. The Arcane Force I will have for each of these areas is the estimated starting Arcane Force for said areas. So, you know, when we do Choo Choo Island, I'm probably going to have 90 Arcane Force, slap a Road of Vanishing symbol and a Choo Choo Island symbol here. All of them will be level 1. I just wanted to let that out because, like, most people are going to have roughly 80 Arcane Force by the time Choo Choo Island comes out, so I just want to do a damage comparison with 80 Arcane Force. And as far as Latchland goes, you will be getting Arcane Force a lot more by then, so I'm probably gonna shoot it up to 150 to 180-ish. Either, you know, put that on or put these two on at the same time, you know, that alone, stuff like that. But yeah, in the next video, I'm actually going to be covering the reduced damage that you take, the penalties and the bonuses of Arcane Force. Penalties of lacking and bonus of having more than, you know, how much you need in the map. And that is it. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe if you haven't, that is if you want to, and I'll be bringing back more great content to you guys later. Peace out, everybody.